this is what every great sport needs. I don't care if it's football, basketball, baseball, boxing. You want to see the best fighting the best. And to be able to achieve that is very, very, very tough.
Well, earlier, Dan Goossen was right here in studio, and you just heard him talking about how big this fight is. Made in America, September 8th. It will be Chad Dawson right here against Andre Ward, and we're happy to have Chad Dawson, the other side, in the studio along with his trainer, John, the Iceman Scully. Gentlemen, thanks for stopping by. And, Chad, let's talk about the enormity of this fight. I mean, there's no denying that this is pretty rare, the fact that you're willing to come down and wait and come into the backyard of Andre Ward to take on this fight. You must have thought that this meant an awful lot to boxing and to your career.
Yeah, no. First off, it all starts from, me wanting to fight the best. I want to fight the best. I feel like I'm at the point in my career right now where I need to fight the best. I don't want to take any steps back. I just want to go forward. So the best fight out there for me was Andre Ward. So, after I beat Bernard, I called him out. This is the fight I wanted. And hopefully, and everything got done so easily that, it was meant to be. That's how I feel.
Was calling him out something that just happened, or was that predetermined in your mind that if you beat Bernard?
No, it was predetermined. It wasn't nothing that popped in my head that night. It was predetermined. And, it's a fight I always knew what would happen when he turned pro. I turned pro, I think, a year and 2 years before he did, but it's always a fight I knew would happen because we always a weight class apart, one weight class apart. So now's the time for it to happen.
30-1, 17 knockouts. John, I mean, clearly these are two of the best fighters in the sport right now, both in their prime, both fighting excellent. How tough a challenge is this going to be for Chad? I know it's going to be also a tough challenge for Andre, but what kind of a challenge does Andre pose for Chad?
I mean, he's a very good fighter. I mean, there's no sense in me trying to say otherwise. I mean, he's a hurdle. He comes to win. So far, he's done everything he has to do against the styles that he's been up against. He solved some good styles, but I think on our behalf, in our favor, we have a style that he's A, never seen before, and B, is very hard to solve. So I think we're going to do very well in the fight, and I think a lot of people are going to be surprised.
Does coming here to Oakland make it that much tougher for you to face Andre in his own backyard?
Nah, if anything, I would think the pressure would be on him to perform in his hometown. I'm just coming here to do a job. I'm coming here to fight him on his home turf. He has to look good in front of his fans. He wants to look good in front of his fans, and his fans are expecting him to look good. And I'm the guy just coming in to derail that.
How big a deal is it for this fight? I asked Andre the same thing. I'll ask you, how big a deal is it for this fight to be on HBO and have the 24/7 associated with it? I mean, the winner of this fight really is going to be on the fast track to superstardom in the sport.
Yep. I mean, I'm privileged to be in the position I'm in right now. And like I said, I've watched Ward since he turned pro, and I always knew the day would come. I knew we would end up fighting, but, like you said, the winner of this fight will go on to superstardom and take their career to the next level, and I'm looking to be that guy.
The early predictions on this fight are that in order for you to win, you're going to have to dominate on the outside and keep him from getting on the inside. You agree with that?
I agree with that because I'm more dominant fighting from the outside, and he's more dominant fighting on the inside. So, what we have to do this training camp, not work on what I do well, but work on the things that I don't do so well, and that's when we'll be fighting on the inside, and that's what we're going to do this training camp. We're going to work on I plan on beating him at his game.
Obviously, John, a lot of that's going to fall on you. How tough is it going to be for him to reinvent his fight game prior to this bout?
I've always felt that Chad had the ability from younger years to fight on the inside and to be an inside fighter and a body puncher. I've always told him that. So I really, even though it's not his first nature, I don't think it's going to be that difficult of a transition to change his style. And not that he has to change his style for the whole fight, but I definitely believe he's definitely capable of being an inside fighter with excelling at it.
The last thing I got to ask you about the promoters going after it. Dan and Gary towards the end of the press conference. What'd you make of that?
I mean, promoters, selling the fight. It seemed like it was a little bad tension there at first, but at the end of the day, I think they respect each other. Me and Andre Ward, we respect each other. Everybody, his team respects my team respects his team. So at the end of the day, it's going to be a great fight. Whoever wins, like they say, it's really no loser in this, because if I win, if I lose, I'm still the light heavyweight champion of the world. He just goes on to bigger and better things, and I still have the opportunity to go on to bigger and better things too, just because I will still be the light heavyweight champion of the world.
Well,
Not that I'm looking to go in there and lose, but I'm looking to win. I'm looking to win big.
Well, a lot of people think you have a good chance. It is going to be a heck of a fight, no question about it. Chad, we appreciate the time.
Thank you.
John, thanks for stopping by. We're going to take another break here on Chronicle Live. When we return, we will